Hello, Stu. Hi, Glenn. How are you? That's how we're starting the show today in this voice?
I just thought we'd talk.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk like cartoon people because I think everything that's happening in the world is a giant cartoon. So
that is where we are, I think, at this point. None of it seems real.
It is. It's the only way you can look at it. No, none of it seems real. And you're standing off to the side. It's what was that science fiction movie 2000 or something? Remember when the guys were sitting in front of the screen?
2000, yeah.
Yes. I feel like those guys sitting in front of the screen just watching the world unfold every day and go, this isn't going to work out well. You know what I mean? It's nuts what's happening. And the fact that no one can connect the dots. Now, I've always been a dot connector. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. But I always look at things and I can take things, different ideas and different things that don't seem to be connected, but I can see them connected, and then I can find the connection to prove it to you many times. And that is a skill, I guess, or a curse, but it appears to me no one has that skill. Or maybe it's that everybody's like, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at that. Why would I look at that? The Venezuela story. I don't know. Are there a couple of dots we can connect here? Is there anything there that we can look at and go, I wonder what we're doing here? It was a rich country. It was a country where they weren't eating the zoo animals, just a few years ago. It was the third richest country in the Western Hemisphere. Has oils and resources like nobody's business. Sound familiar? Okay, let's just keep that one over there. Rich country, all kinds of resources, could make it on their own if they just wouldn't go corrupt and go to socialism. But what do? They go corrupt and immediately go to socialism. How do they go to socialism? They begin to talk down democracy. They begin to say, this republic, this constitution isn't right. And so Hugo Chavez, he is thrown in jail by the president of Venezuela. And nobody thinks that's right. And he's like, I got to get out of here. And he gets out of jail and he runs again. And this time he wins. Why? Because generally the people don't like it when you put their candidate in jail. They don't think that's fair. Is there another dot we could connect? So then when he gets in, the first thing he does is he changes the makeup of the Supreme Court. Wait a minute. I'm seeing another dot on the horizon. Then what does he do? Well, then he starts talking about how we've just got to nationalize healthcare because healthcare costs are out of sight. It's crazy. We can't get anybody to have healthcare, so we've got to nationalize it, and it's going to save you like $2,000 per family every single year. And what does it do? It jacks the price of healthcare through the roof. And then the healthcare system collapses and nobody can get anything. Is there another dot we see? Then they start jacking with the oil because, well, these big oil companies, they're just evil, you know. And there was corruption. Why was there corruption? Because the government got involved with a private company. And when the government gets involved, then there's all kinds of things that are going on behind the scenes that nobody knows, and everybody starts enriching themselves at the upper level, but not anywhere down below. Is there another dot we could connect? So then they hire a man of the people. They hire a guy that, you know what we need? Chavez is dead now. Gosh darn it, miss him. But let's keep going down this road. So they hire an expert, a guy who was a bus driver. He was a bus driver. he had no money. You know, much like the Obamas, when he went into office, I'm sure he had student loans. He couldn't afford his mortgage. He was an average, everyday guy struggling like you. And lo and behold, he's the president. And all of a sudden, he and his children are the wealthiest in Venezuela. How did that happen as a public service, Maduro? How does that happen? How come everybody in government who claims, I'm just trying to serve the people, become incredibly rich and powerful? How's that work exactly? I'm trying to figure that out. Did they all win lotteries? Or is there something else going on? Now, they had problems with their voting machines. They just held an election. And everybody was talking about the voting machines. Voting machines, this is bad. This is not good. The voting machines, all kinds of corruption. No corruption. No corruption. Corruption is going to be bad. Maduro's, the guy he's running against, was like 30 points ahead. 30 points ahead. And then when it comes to a vote, well, we're going to take a break. We're just going to take a break. We're vote counting, but everybody's really tired. It's sleepy. It's almost 9:30 at night. We got to get to bed. And then they count, and lo and behold, Maduro wins. We just found some ballots in Detroit. Is anybody seeing a single dot here? It's insane. Do we have that crazy music that we play, Sarah, for stuff like this when it's the one with the horn honk? No? Oh, but that's appropriate too. So anyway, now he's president. It's like this. Is this the one with the horn honk? I think so. So he's now president. And what did he do? Well, he consolidated power in their Pentagon. Got rid of anybody that might be, might be against him. So they got rid of him. Gee, isn't that what? Wait a minute, didn't we stand our army down to do that right after? Well, that's weird. So now he has the complete support of the army, and they're out quelling these crazies that are saying the election was stolen. Because these people, it's the worst thing to happen in Venezuela since, I don't know, the Civil War. And they're going into civil war. Now, I've been watching the news, and I haven't heard anyone pluck out a single parallel story here. I haven't seen a single person on TV. You know what I'm seeing on TV? This is bad. Look at this. I mean, the people were crying out saying there was corruption. And now he changed the Supreme Court again. Now he's doing that again. This is out of control. First of all, he was trying to arrest his opponent. So, I do believe, Stu, that for the rest of the show, we should just talk like this, because everything's a cartoon. I wouldn't be surprised. Secret Service says Donald Trump was not hit by a bullet. We believe a safe fell out of the sky. Why not?
I've always believed
Have you heard
Acme
the latest
was in
about
on
what they're...
all of this. It's been Acme from the
Yes.
beginning. Yeah.
Yes. Would you have been surprised if the guy up on the roof would have had a big black round bowling ball of a bomb and lit the fuse and was wearing a fedora and he was like, shh, and he's lighting the fuse and everybody's in the crowd going, there's a guy in a black fedora with a big black Acme bomb and he's lit it and he's going to throw it towards the president. Why not? Why is the crap that they're saying to us right now less believable?
Every day
Have you
they
heard the
update that
latest on
story.
who he is?
Yeah, every day they update that story.
Oh, yeah, they do.
He's there earlier. Like I remember when this story broke, I had a conniption on vacations saying, "Hey, how the heck was this guy up there for 90 seconds?" 90 seconds? He was on the
90
roof
seconds.
for
Yeah.
90 seconds, and somehow they let him up there. And every time you get an update, it's, it was actually 26 minutes. Actually, he built a condo on the complex 6 months ago, and it's been living there, casing the entire field since then.
He was halfway done building a tunnel. He was halfway finished with a tunnel that he was building from the roof to the lectern where Trump was. He just couldn't get it done in time. Now we're starting to find out something about him. The FBI has come out and said, "Oh no, we have some evidence now. We think we might have a motive. Okay. First of all, I'm pretty sure his motive was to kill the president. I think that was his motive. I don't know. What are you getting up for today? Well, I was going to have some bran flakes, but I decided I'm going to kill Donald Trump. That's what motivated him.
Along with the bran flakes, yeah.
Right, what? You eat bran flakes at that age.
It's going to cause some weird outcomes. There's no doubt about that. And look, you have a situation where
it had absolutely no footprint digitally. That happens all the time. He's never said a word on the internet. Oh, yeah. And he's got a phone and everything. He's not crazy. He's got a phone, but he has zero footprint. He left us nothing. Except now we just found something. Wait until you hear this story. So the FBI director says now there is no doubt, and there never has been any doubt about Trump. He was hit by a bullet. No matter what Director Wray was saying, it was a bullet. Whew. It only took us 2 weeks to find that out. Man, these guys are on top of it, aren't they? Now, the FBI also has come out, and they believe that Crook, his attempt to assassinate Donald Trump was because he was motivated by, Stu?
The desire to assassinate Donald Trump?
Yes, but what was really behind that?
Bran flakes?
No, stop listening to those conspiracy theorists. He was extreme in his view of illegal aliens.
Now,
and he was also had extreme anti-Semitic comments. Now, the FBI released the story, and the headlines are all extreme anti-Semitic comments online. I thought he had no digital footprint. Now we found extreme anti-Semitic. Okay, well, that would make him part of the left, which is weird because that's where the Nazis belong, on the extreme left, not the right. So he is now an anti-Semite, and he also said some vicious things about the border and what's happening to our country. Sounds to me like he's a right-wing nutjob.
Well, I think there's a logical line there from someone who is upset about open borders and immediately goes to assassinate Donald Trump. Like, is there any sense in that? Is there any logic in that path there? I don't.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Go with that for a second. Tell me why there's no logic in that, okay? Because I got another story that maybe you can help figure out. Go ahead.
Well, Donald Trump is the most visible person in America arguing for tighter border control. So if you were upset about what's going on the border, assuming it wasn't like the we have kids in cages thing, with AOC crying at, in her $3,000 suit at the border fence. If you'd think that Donald Trump would be your hero if that were true.
Okay. Yeah. If that's what you really, yeah. Okay. Can you help me figure this story out? Because remember, you just said there's no real logic in that. Vice President Kamala Harris, now the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee, has received critical endorsements from the mayors of some of the largest towns on the Arizona-Mexico border. I trust her to meet the needs of our border cities and towns without taking advantages of us for her own personal gain, like her opponent. The border mayors in Arizona trust that the border czar, non-border czar, is the one to fix the problem. It's like there is a little miniature shooter on a slopey kind of roof in my head, just killing brain cells. Pew, 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 every time I listen to the mainstream media. So everything is fine, everybody. Hey, I got a funny nose, and J.D. Vance is weird. Look how many people we can stuff in this car.